Hello students, welcome to West Bengal English Medium Guide. Today I'm going to give you the exercise question answers from the chapter Moon and Artificial Satellite Class 5 Science Book, West Bengal Board. So let's start. Number A, tick the correct answer. Number 1, when you see more than half of the moon, it is called answer C, gibbous moon. Number 2, when the earth comes in between the sun and the moon, it causes answer B, lunar eclipse. Number 3, the moon completes one revolution around the earth in answer is B, 23.7 days. Number 4, he was the first man to set foot on the moon. Answer is C, Neil Armstrong. Number 5, the first satellite launched by USSR was answer is B, Sputnik 1. Next, number B, fill in the blanks. Number 1, the light from the sun shines on the moon. Number 2, a lunar eclipse occurs when the earth casts its shadow on the moon. Number 3, the gravity of the moon is 1/6 of the gravity of the earth. Number 4, the periodic rise and fall of water level in oceans or sea is called tides. Number 5, weather satellites help to study weather pattern and forecast the weather. Number C, true or false? Number 1, the moon is smaller than the earth. True. Number 2, we can live on the moon. False. Number 3, when the moon lies completely in the dark shadow of the earth, it is called partial lunar eclipse. False. Number 4, we can see the moon in the new moon phase. True. Next one, number D, name them. Number 1, they occur when the sun, the moon and the earth lie in a straight line. Eclipses. Number 2, the Hindi name of the new moon day. Amavasya. Number 3, these are caused due to the gravitational forces of the sun and the moon. Tides. Number 4, these satellites can spy and guide missiles, military satellites. Number 5, big holes present on the surface of the moon, craters. Number 6, the increasing size of the sunlit portion of the moon, waning. Now, the question answer part. Number E, short answers questions. Number 1, name the first satellite launched by India. India launched its first artificial satellite in 1975 was named Aryabhatta. Number 2, what do you understand by new moon? When the moon lies between the earth and the sun, the side facing us is in darkness. We cannot see it at all. This is called the new moon. Number 3, if the moon has no light of its own, then how does it shine? The moon only reflects the light of the sun, so it shines. Number 4, what is eclipse? The shadows of the earth and the moon produced by sunlight are called eclipses. Number 5, why is life not possible on the moon? Neither air nor water is present on the surface of the moon. That means no atmosphere is surrounding the moon's surface. Hence, there is no protection from the strong rays of the sun and from approaching meteorites. The temperature in daytime maximum about 123 degrees centigrade to nighttime minimum of about minus 150 degrees centigrade. No sound waves travel through air due to the absence of air. All these features make the moon a place where no life is possible. Number 6, we cannot hear sound on the moon. Why? Due to the absence of air, we cannot hear sound on the moon as sound waves travel through air. Number 8, long answer questions. Number 1, describe the different phases of the moon. The different shapes of the moon as seen from the earth are called phases of the moon. New moon. When the moon lies between the earth and the sun, the side facing us is in darkness. We cannot see it at all. This is called the new moon. Crescent moon. As the moon moves further, we can see a small sunlit portion of the moon's side facing the earth. This is called crescent moon. Half moon. The crescent moon changes to half moon as the sunlit portion of the moon's surface increases. Gibbous moon. When 3/4 of the moon is visible to us, it is called gibbous moon. Full moon. When the entire side of the moon facing the earth receives sunlight, we see the complete moon. It is called a full moon. Number 2, what are artificial satellites? How are artificial satellites useful to us? Man has made satellites that revolve around the earth in space. They are called artificial satellites. An artificial satellite is a man-made object that has been purposely placed into the orbit around the earth or some other planets to perform some specific task. Number 1, military satellite. They can spy, guide missiles, and even be used as weapons. These also help in detecting the movement of military instruments on the ground. Number 2, communication satellite. This satellite sends messages from one country to another. It can relay television, radio, and telephone transmissions, fax, internet, etc. Number 3, weather satellites. These satellites help with weather forecasting and also give warning about cyclones forming over the sea, floods, or moving glaciers. Number 4, remote sensing satellites. These satellites are helpful in locating mineral resources for land mapping and for finding underground water. Number 3, water tides. How are high tides and low tides formed? The rhythmic rising and falling of the ocean or sea water is known as tides. When the moon is much closer to the earth than the sun, the moon's pull on the earth is much more than that of the sun. The rise of seas and oceans on the side of the earth facing the moon is attracted upwards, and this attraction causes high tide. In the areas between the two high tides, the water forms low tide because the water has moved to the region of the high tides. Number 4, how a lunar eclipse occurs. When the earth comes in between the sun and the moon, lunar eclipse occurs. So when the earth revolves around the sun, it sometimes comes between the sun and the moon and casts its shadows on the moon. The shadow of the earth falls on the moon. Differentiate between solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Number 1, when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, the moon shadow on the earth and we cannot see the sun completely or view a part of it for some time. This is called solar eclipse. When the earth comes in between the sun and the moon, lunar eclipse occurs. It occurs during the new moon phase. Number 2, it occurs during the full moon phase. Okay, so these are the exercise question answers from the chapter Moon and Artificial Satellite. I will give you the inside question answers from this chapter in the next video. So see you soon with the new video. Till then, take care and bye.